Which one are you ready?
Yeah. Band was awesome. Let's start with that. That was pretty cool. Enjoyed that. I don't know if we've ever done that here. It was nice. Yeah, I don't feel like that, starting the game, I don't feel like Tate had his best stuff. He was throwing a lot of strikes, but sometimes he was throwing too many strikes, 0-2 count, 1-2, and, trying to bury a pitch or do something. You leave it hanging, they hit it hard. And, he was kind of frustrated. Velocity wasn't great. Like it seemed like it was a little bit down, but, he fought through 3 innings, gave up 5 hits and a couple runs. It was good to see the guys that just kept coming out of the pen and needed some work, guys that hadn't pitched. And I thought Bybee was extremely sharp. Obviously, we're saving those guys to help out on the weekend. Fisher and then Carter did a nice job. Gibbler got into a little bit of a jam, and it was good to see him work out of it. I think it, might help him down the road. And then Wiggins was really sharp as well. And we want to get him a little more action. He wants to pitch a little bit more. So we felt like we'd bring him in today, and he threw once on the weekend, and he'll be ready. I think he threw a whole 8 pitches. So that was really good. So, offensively, we did just enough. 5 of the runs were driven in with home runs, and I think both of them might have been with 2 outs. We struck out too much tonight, and give credit to Arkansas State. They pitched really well, and that's what they've been doing all year. They threw some of their weekend guys at us, threw their closer at us at the end, and a couple of guys that started a little bit, and that was interesting. But I was worried about today after the long day on Saturday, and then Sunday, the long day, really just playing 2 games. Saturday, we had to see if we were going to play, and we were a little lethargic, but I think we woke up just enough, and glad we got away with the win. It's always a concern this time of year, the midweek games between conference. It's you hope you can get a good start and get some good pitching, and the hitters, do a good job. I mean, Bowles, here he goes again. You get him in there, he gets 2 more hits, and but we made some mistakes too. We threw to the wrong base twice and from the outfield, and it's a little frustrating, but we'll work on that tomorrow.
It felt like the turning point in the game was when Charles hit that home run. How much did you feel like it energized your dugout at all?
A little bit, yeah, because the dugout was a little quiet, a little more quiet than normal, and I think that's a little bit of fatigue. But I feel like they're in the same boat over there. They're traveling, coming here, so maybe our fatigue was more mental than physical. So yeah, but it was definitely a big swing. Oppo 3-run homer, going from 1 down to 2 up, and it was disappointing that we didn't go out and get that 0 in the 6th. And I think we had a leadoff walk, and that runner ended up scoring. But we got out of it there and still had the lead. And then we came in and, scored some more runs. And it's good to see, Cahillo go Oppo and hit a homer. He hadn't hit one, I don't think, since Ole Miss. So got to get some of these guys going a little bit before we head down to Georgia, because, we know they can score, and we're going to have to score.
Running left-handers face Charles, but he's hitting left-handers better than he's hitting right-handers. What do you see him that's given him success, that reverse split?
Well, it says it on paper. He's hitting for a higher average. I wouldn't say that he's hitting them better. He's just hitting them as well. And, he hasn't faced as many lefties as righties, but he hits them hard because he just uses the whole field. He doesn't pull off, when you're, left-handed, you'll see it every now and then. Left-handed hitters will hit lefties as good or better than the righties because they stay on the ball. And, he does a great job of that. If you just watch him take pregame BP, he'll pull the ball a little bit, but he's staying through the middle, going the other way. And, in the game, he's just wearing it out over there. And those teams try to pitch him in a little bit too. They're trying to bust him in, and he's gonna hit some of those balls over the scoreboard whenever that starts happening. You start guessing a little bit, but yeah, he does a great job of staying on the ball and using the whole field.
And Wiggins threw 11 pitches against Missouri. You said he wanted to throw more. Is that exclusive to this week, or is he wanting to throw more in the midweek moving forward?
Yeah, he just wants, he feels like if he pitches once on the weekend, he's good to go in the middle of the week. pitch him again on the weekend, and or maybe we pitch him Friday, Sunday, or Friday, Saturday. Maybe we can pitch him twice. Just depends. You know, the way he's been pounding the strike zone. I mean, I'll put him out there anytime. He's got a really good slider, and he's got obviously an electric fastball. And if he's got both those pitches going, he's going to be awfully tough.
Talking about Wiggins there, and then Gibbler obviously in the eighth. I mean, those two guys closing the show for you tonight is slow. It's been kind of slow and steady for those two. Do you feel confident about them, ready to contribute here with this big SEC stretch you got coming up?
Yeah, I think I think Gibbler was the one that we were waiting for him. I mean, with Wiggins, we've been fine with him. I mean, he had the only outing that he had all year that wasn't normal was the one down in Arlington. Other than that, it's been fine. And you know, he throws the ball over the plate as good as anybody we have, and his stuff's good. And then Gibbler, you know, he's got a 92 mile an hour fastball, and he's got a really good breaking pitch. And if he can get ahead of you, he can put you away. But you know, he got, like I said, he got himself into a little bit of a jam, then he worked out of it, and that was good to see.
He hit the home run tonight. He had a good day Sunday against Missouri. How important is it for him to embrace that opposite field where he hit the home run tonight for just to unlock everything for him?
Yeah, it was good. It was really good. I'm sure his confidence back up there a little bit. And, you know, we got to get Iredale going. Kojal's fine. You know, he didn't have a great night, but he did get a big double to lead off that big inning. And we got to get Behavior rolling. He's been a little streaky, and our defense has been amazing. Numbers are still great. I think he's put a lot of pressure on himself to do more. He doesn't have to do more. He just has to be one of the guys in the lineup. It's good to see Souza swinging the bat. You know, you get to the bottom. You know, Helfrich, he's getting his hits now, and Thomas is a tough out. Seems to walk once or twice every game and find a way to get ahead. And if you make a mistake, he'll hit a double or a homer. So, you know, like I said the other day, we haven't really had like six guys going at once. It's been three or four. It's been enough because the guys are taking a walk or whatever, and then we're driving in runs. Pitching's been good. So, you know, you look at our schedule the rest of the year on the weekends, it's back and forth, and it's awfully tough, and it's going to be a major challenge, and we know it. So we're going to have to continue to get better.
With McGuire getting his first shot, what's maybe next for his development to be able to, you know, go 4 instead of 3 or maybe 5
Well,
instead of 4?
Yeah, I think he started last week too. The second start, I think, this week or this year. He just, you know, to me, he gets ahead of hitters, and then you know, you have to make your pitch. And he left some pitches out there, and they got hit, and it cost him. I could tell he was frustrated that, you know, he'd get ahead, bang, and then he'd leave one. The guy would hit it hard or get a hit, and but he's got good stuff. He can throw strikes. Throws a lot of strikes. We have confidence in him, and you know, we didn't want him pitching too much either because we might need him for the weekend, maybe more towards Saturday or Sunday. But you know, there's a little more velo in there too. I think he was 92 tonight, maybe a little more here and there, but you know, I'd like to see him just let it go a little bit.
Yeah, and then Carson with another 2 hits tonight. I mean, is there a pathway? I guess how realistic is it that he could end up in the weekend starting lineup, or not as much just because of positioning?
Yeah, I mean, he keeps doing what he's doing. He's going to force us to do something, but you know, we have to consider defense. We have to consider other things. So, you know, I don't feel like that. You know, if we have the other three guys that have been starting most of the time are healthy, you know, he's first pinch hitter off the bench, or he could DH or whatever we needed to do. But it sure is nice having 4 outfielders that are playing pretty good.
That seems like Vahiva. It's a trend that you just picked up on. What do you think needs to change for maybe a little bit more consistency game to game?
I don't know. He just you know, he's found some pitches off that I think when he's going good, he squares them up. And, you know, he had some swings tonight. We're like, wow, that was good, but he fouled it off. And when you're going good, you hit it fair and you hit it hard. He'll be fine.
Cam just showing bunt in the 3-hole. Is that kind of up to his discretion? Is that something that you're
Yeah.
wanting him to do?
Yeah, he's a heads of player, and the first baseman was playing in right field. Everybody thought he was bunting down third. He wasn't. It was a left on left matchup, but he was taking that ball with him. He threw 3 pitches away on him, so I liked it. He bunted against Vandy. It really hurt him. He's got another bunt hit or two this year. he's just really good at it. He's not a flyer as far as speed, but he picks and chooses his times, and I think it's a weapon.
And then with the band, you touched on it a little bit. Is that something that you knew much of before today in that
No, I
plan?
didn't know they were coming. I thought it was pretty cool. I thought there was a basketball game going on up there in the concourse. I didn't know what was up. I loved it. I think, they had a meet and greet for our new women's basketball coach up in, down the right field line. And I think they had, some of the cheerleaders and different people there, so they livened it up. So maybe the band played. I don't know. I stopped by a little after 4 and just said hi. And be on the field, so I don't know what the band played or I don't know what went on up there, but yeah, that was pretty cool. I thought they brought they elevated the atmosphere here tonight.
Have you ever been in the ballpark where they had a band like that?
I don't know. I guess not.
I don't think I've ever seen it. Hey, Souza, you guys seem willing to send him a lot more. He had three
Mhm.
steals tonight. Is it a byproduct of this, new way of thinking that you have, or is it better base running, a little both?
Well, he's a really good base stealer. He's got some feel. He got a really good jump. We got a good jump, 2 good jumps, and a great jump because their catcher is really quick and throws well, and he's pretty accurate. Yeah, I mean, we want to run. He's a runner. And to be a good base stealer, you got to be able to steal a base when everybody knows you're going to steal. And I felt like that they knew he was running, he still beat it. So, he's a guy that I think can steal a bag off of anybody. I think Thomas can steal a bag. And, the other ones, when I think Davelin did he get thrown out today? He didn't get a jump at all. He should have stopped. We have you have the options. If you don't get a jump, you don't go because you're going to be out. He didn't get a jump. He should have stopped. And then the other one, Helfer got a great jump. And I think he just kind of hit and stuck. I mean, I think he made a split just a touch early. The dirt was wet, but he just kind of was like, well, when he was gone, he went first move. We thought he's got it. And then he got thrown out. We were kind of like shocked about it, but, and maybe didn't go straight into the base, kind of went off to the side. And so, yeah, all those little things add up. But yeah, we want to run. If you're going to give it to us, we're running.
What do you think of Becker behind the plate tonight?
I thought he did good. I thought he did well. Thought he did real well. I mean, if you don't notice the catcher, he's done a good job. He knows the catcher when he starts boxing balls, and we thought he did a nice job there. We just wanted to put the experience in there to catch the younger pitchers, and that's why we took him out in the 7th, after the 7th. Okay.